Hello and happy Sunday to all of my Taurus. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Taurus. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's see what your cards have to say, Taurus. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what your cards have to say, Taurus. Let's see. Let us see. Talking to you if you have Taurus anywhere in your birth chart, not just your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Anywhere in your birth chart, Taurus. Let's do it. First card out of the deck is the Six of Swords. Here we have the Death card. Here we have the Seven of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Two of Cups, and also the Nine of Cups. Alrighty. So, the moon has moved into Scorpio. So by the time you see this video, it would have moved from Libra into Scorpio. So of course I'm going to give you the questions for the moon in Scorpio. Here we have the Six of Swords. Somebody has definitely started to move on from something that was deeply disappointing for you. Somebody's words or actions cut you deep, and so there's some time to reflect and to heal from all of that. It's two energies in particular that you've decided to move on from. So it's over. It's a wrap. It's done. You decided I need to move on, especially when it comes to the competition and the trying to make you feel, somebody's just like over it. Like whoever, whatever the temptation was for you, it's you're not even tempted to even go back to that. So usually whenever you see the Seven of Cups on some cards, you may have to see a snake slithering away, right? So somebody's like, okay, it's different than saying that was the one that got away. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be kind of like in a I don't know if it would be a positive sense, but it or calling somebody a snake, or that snake got away from with something, right? So it's saying to you, just go ahead and dead the whole situation. Because whether you're saying it in a positive or a negative way, source is saying the more you're tempted to vibrate on a lower frequency, to go towards something that you've outgrown, the enemy has always got some kind of slick proposal up its sleeve, right? So we know the enemy is not a person, it's the demon within, right? That cross that you have to bear is always trying to propose something like, you should go back and you should say something, you should do something. And sources saying, no, you got some proposals coming your way that's it's going to be a wish fulfillment for you to make some money. So that could be somebody proposing something to you to make some money. So am I going to take the devil's proposal to go back and say something to somebody I feel like is a snake that got away, or am I going to move forward and I'm going to say I need to accept source's proposal, right? It's all good because it's all God for real, because source is just trying to say, okay, is this still a demon for a person? Is this something that a person is not recognizing that they need to put under submission, or are they going to be excited about this proposal that I'm giving them, right? So I'm seeing Nine of Cups here. So here we have the Five of Swords and also the Two of Cups. So yep, so lots of water. Somebody has definitely poured out to people that they love. Love interest is not always romantic, right? Love could be platonic. And so you definitely could have poured out to some people that manipulated your emotions to some degree, but then here comes somebody else coming up behind to pour water into your cup, fresh water that puts a smile on your face. Source is the one that's trying to put a smile on your face. The enemy is trying to put a frown on your face and leave you in a state of confusion. So if I can talk plain talk, right? So congratulations. The proposal can come in any form of whatever your wish has been fulfilled. We're talking about the Nine of Cups, right? That number 9 lets me know that, yeah, there's a death, something needed to end permanently. Just let it go, release it, right? So that you can receive some good news coming in. So good news can seem like it's even subtle. If you're in the posture of just, if you're in that regretful, still mourning, some good news coming across your path, it may make a person who is bringing you that God has sent across your path to give you some good news, Taurus, feeling like you're unappreciative. So you got to be real careful about when source is placing it on somebody's heart to put a smile on your face. Source put it on their heart to put a smile on your face, right? And the enemy is constantly trying to keep you in a state of darkness. Remember, we're still in a cycle. We're still in a cycle that ends on the 12th, right? So 11:11 is really about being called, elevating yourself to a higher calling. Source is saying you are highly creative, and all of that is right there in that sacral chakra energy. So somebody definitely has an earth angel, that's really, somebody has a guardian angel that's always just kind of sort of tuned in to where you are, whatever journey you're on. So Source says be very conservative with your time. This is just part of a human experience. The light side of the number 4 There's a light and a dark side to all energy, right? So again, if you're mourning one thing, if you're mourning a deep disappointment from two situations that happened in your past, no matter how recent the past was, you're mourning two things that was two types of energies that said or did something that cut you deep, that just really woke you up. Yes, you're healing from that, because sword energy is not like a scratch on the top of your skin or a butter knife cut. It's a deep cut to the bone, like betrayal kind of cut, right? If you're still grieving that, and source puts it on people's heart to bless you, and that thank you comes across as almost barely saying thank you, or it's still coming across as like, okay, you can't even see the blessings in front of you, that makes people, that's how it cuts into your money, because it's like source is telling somebody to be obedient, help Taurus out. But again, so anyway, here we have the Four of Pentacles. And again, I'm not talking to you, just your sun sign is Taurus. So source is saying be conservative with your life experiences. It's like, okay, the four is earth number. Earth number is, the four, the light side is this is your divine being of light who just had a human experience. You got hurt by some people in your past. It cut you deep to the bone, right? But just use that to say, okay, I need to cut them out of my life, because I got to focus on the blessings that's right here in front of me, and I want to be able to seize the moment of the blessing of, one, not having those energies connected to me anymore, but then two, I want to be fully forward facing and saying, okay, I am here. I don't need to tear them down. I don't need to compare them to somebody else. None of those kind of things, because that's you off of your throne. That's you off of your throne. And anyway, if people have been cut out of your life, they can't hear what you're saying anyway. They don't know they don't know who you are, who's new in your life. So yeah, so source wants you to move on from something. Yeah. Yeah. Tap into your strength is what source is trying to tell you. It's just like, get away from people who are instant. Every time you think about them, it makes you really angry and hot-headed. You're just very reactive, right? Stay away from those types of, when you think about it and somebody even mention their name or a zodiac sign or whatever, you just get hot-headed and frustrated and mad and start comparing them to somebody else. Okay, you can compare them all day long, but it's not gonna change who they are. Just like it's not gonna change you from having your thoughts. Like I said before, source wants you to move on because they may have already moved on. Here we have the Ten of Pentacles, and I see you moving towards legacy wealth, right? Here we have the Four of Cups, another, water energy. If you're sitting around talking about how manipulative they are, that's that's you got 24 hours in a day. So it's saying you're a highly creative person. Use your creativity to build your legacy wealth and not talk about spending it on somebody else. It's just that short and simple. Spending it on somebody else. So yep, tap into your strength. Control your reaction to certain things, right? Because I can guarantee you that sword cuts both sides. They can be saying just as how manipulative as you are. Bottom line is that people have already moved on with their lives. Source wants you to move on from the disappointment, and I see you doing that. But part of it is not even talking about it, just moving on. People compare people to each other every single day. So use your time wisely. So source is saying, I'm trying to line your money up perfectly for you, right? Trying to put you in a leadership position to help people, trying to add to your income here. And that's what source is trying to get you to do. You got 24 hours in a day. Are you going to let somebody else, your thoughts about somebody else, steal your hours in a day? Or are you going to invest that in learning and growing your own money and your own leadership skills, right? Here we also have the Three of Swords. Yep, heartbreaking, deeply disappointing for somebody. But again, you choose. How are you going to choose moving forward? Somebody has been so hurt. And see, when you're this hurt, that's where the term hurt people come from. Source is saying to you, you're extremely intelligent. You can help a whole lot of other people who have gone through dark moments themselves. You can help those people, right? Are you going to use your 24 hours in a day to talk about somebody because you're hurt and you feel like they hurt you? That's very low vibrational. Or are you going to heal yourself? Are you going to heal yourself and say, okay, you know what? Maybe I don't know the full story. So before I think the worst about some people, because I'm heartbroken, I'm not going to just make it all about my heartbreak. I'm going to, because I have a mission here on this planet. And that's what this 11 is about. It's like, okay, you're trying to awaken to a higher frequency, to stay on your mission, on your course, because it looks like you're a star in your own right. What Source is trying to tell somebody is that, so I see you being able to defend your decision to move on from something without coming across as defensive. So all I can tell you is that using air to talk about what cuts you, unless you're in therapy and you're doing something like actively trying to heal, is going to just really just pushing you further back from your legacy here. So I feel like somebody has the perfect job for them lined up. I feel like that, looking at here where you're in a leadership position, and that's going to help you to be the type of leader that you were created to be, not the type of leader they were created to be. There is no comparison. There's no competition. You can compare it to yourself you can compare them to yourself all day long, but it's really a waste of time. It really is a waste of energy. You can compare them to your new love interest that came. It's a waste of energy because people have already moved on. You can say, oh, I got a new girlfriend and she looks better than my ex. Ex has already moved on. I got a new boyfriend. They look better than my ex. X has already moved on. So Source is saying, what are you doing with your time in a day? Nobody's looking at it. Then, like I said, people have already moved on. So anyway, or I had a mentor or a teacher or a professor or, somebody is better than they were. Okay, well, that's whatever you decide to use your time on, because Source has the perfect job lined up for somebody and a proposal is trying to come your way. Are you spending your time talking about this person or that person, or are you getting yourself prepared for this perfect job or love interest coming across your way? I mean, it's up to you. It really, really is up to you. So, yeah. So here are the questions for the moon in Scorpio, which is very powerful because Scorpio helps us to purge, all of us to purge those unhealthy and wounded emotions from the past. And you know what? The fact that we're still in a cycle and we had this lunar eclipse is interesting because lunar eclipse gives us an opportunity to go to the darkest parts of our experience here on Earth emotionally, to give us an opportunity to release it, like really to let it go and just move on from something. So let that inner power come out. Let that inner power come out. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. Inner power and courage to do what must be done. I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world is how quickly you can start processing the healing versus this person hurt me, that person hurt me, because that's what this Ten of Swords is. People know that I'm hurt. It's woe is me. People know that I'm hurting and they hurt me even more and I can't trust anybody, that kind of conversation. Instead of saying, let me get up from here. Let me get up from here and let me start the process of healing so I can recognize other people's pain. So I can get on about the business of being an inspiration and motivation to other people. So the end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah, closing it out, tapping into your own inner strength and asking Source for some help. Tapping into your own inner strength. Because if you are a person who is trying to inspire people and that's your journey to inspire other people, the more and more you focus on your healing, you'll understand when Source tells you to close out a cycle with energies, you'll be obedient. Okay, I got to close out a cycle with some energies, because no matter how much you try to pour fresh water onto people's wound, if they're committed to being hurting, they'll drag you down off of your throne of trying to help other people. And so Source is saying, okay, your assignment in their lives is up. You tell them, you poured as much as you can pour into them. You said to them, hey, you have it in you to motivate and heal other people yourself. All it has to do is like just read more books, study, those kind of things. And so here we have chanting. Source is trying to make somebody very wealthy, actually. But again, what keeps people, what pushes people back from the very thing that they want is trying to pull people down off of their throne when you have a throne. So you're essentially leaving your throne uncovered. And Source is saying, I'm proposing that Emotionally, you get on your throne. Intellect and powerfully, I hope help you get on your throne. As far as your money, I'm trying to get you on your throne, and as far as your ideas, I'm trying to help you get to your throne. So Source is trying, like, really saying, hey, dead all of that. Tap into your inner strength, right? Stop being reactive, because that's what somebody is picking up on. Somebody is picking up on someone who, when they're hurt, they just react to their pain in a very unhealthy way, and it really scares people away. Like, okay, I feel something is underneath this. Like, what's going on? So here we have milk and butter. 25. Like the silk off one's flesh, I am the giver, I am your eternal. That's right, you're tapping into the voice of Source inside of you. When we say 25, 2 and 5 and 7. Here's a number 4. Here are your questions for the moon in Scorpio. First question, Taurus, is what are the stories of your ancestors, your past lives? Second question is, where do you need to go to heal your connection with your roots? Third question is, do you feel truly empowered in your relationships and your career? Fourth question, is there a deep trauma that you need to look at, heal, and release during this moon? And then last but not least is, who are the people, meaning the therapists, the healers, and so on, who could help you to dive deeper? Right? So take also into consideration too is that when, for instance, like in working situations, whether you're dealing with an entrepreneur or your manager or whatever at work, people could know that you're hurting, but they have a life, they have a home life, and they have a personal and a professional life too. If your energy, if you're in this space right here, and they're like, okay, I don't know how much I can help Taurus because of this right here, then, and I'm trying to balance out my own life. I can't do. Then take that into consideration as well, because again, Source is saying tap into your inner power. The end of your tough cycle is coming. It's approaching, right? So again, you're like, when you're motivating yourself, you got to be the first person to motivate yourself before you can motivate other people. A lot of healers have had to learn how to heal themselves. All healers actually have learned how to heal themselves because they're looking for healing outside, and it doesn't work like that. They've learned how to heal themselves from this right here. Betrayal, smear campaigns, lies, all kinds of stuff that have happened to them. They've had to learn how to get up themselves, right? They cried out to this person, that person, this person. Nobody could heal that because the Savior is not outside of you. It's actually inside of you. So also consider that when you're talking about, comparing who to who. All healers have walked that journey. So that's what Source is trying to help somebody to do, is like a proposal is coming across your path, but if you like this right here, keep looking back at all the pain, somebody may reconsider and say, well, wait a minute, I'm trying to give a Taurus a proposal here. I'm trying to propose a raise at work, and they don't seem like they happy about it. I'm trying to give Taurus some good news, and they want to still talk about something else that's going on. So remember, Source is constantly putting stuff on somebody's heart. And here we have the number 1. There it is. Land on the light side of the number 1. So I am innovative. You are a self-starter with a very innovative way of creating opportunity. Your determination and endurance are powerful. It'll help you to get through rough times and reach success. That's it. That is it. That is it. Somebody sees that in you. Somebody sees leadership in you, but they also see the level of hurt that's in somebody as well, and that they cannot carry yours and as well as other stuff that's going on in their lives either. Here we also have affirmations for acceptance. I accept myself as I am. I accept what is without resistance. I have the power to choose my actions. I have the power to create change. I practice patience with myself. I am loved. I am not alone. I am at peace. And that's right. You're not alone. You got a lot of ancestors around you too. So you may have been having dreams and downloads and feelings from your ancestors. So Source is saying, end all of that. Tap into your inner strength. Recognize that you're loved. You got ancestors all around you. Open up some books. And align yourself with learning how healing of self. There's a lot of books where you learn how to heal. What's the name of the book? She is oh my goodness. I'm going to see if I can drop the title of the book below. This is a good book too. But there's I think that the name of the book is Heal Thyself. It's an excellent, excellent, excellent book. The author actually wrote several books. Her son actually wrote a book too. You all might know who I'm talking about. The book, the title of the book is Heal Thyself. But it's an excellent book. Excellent, excellent. I mean, I have a lot of books up here, and I would say you can read every book I have on the table, but that's an excellent book, and that's what comes to mind for somebody. But every healer, what I'm looking at here, has had to go through learning how to heal yourself. So that when you're helping other people, you know that you're not enabling energies, because that's how it can become so overwhelming, being at people's every beck and call, every 5 minutes, whenever they're going through a crisis, and you can't buy somebody who has learned how to heal themselves when they're trying to teach you how to heal yourself. But anyway, that is what I have for you. End of a tough cycle approaches. Hopefully those questions have helped somebody. And that's what I have for you. That is what I have for you, Taurus. I will see you all on Sunday. I'm sorry, I will see you all on Motivational Monday, because this is your Sunday reading, but you may be watching it on 11/11. So happy 11/11 to you all, and I'll see you on Motivational Monday. Bye.